All right, guys. So, yeah, I'm bored out of my mind. I'm on the mend, so I'm gonna try something. I don't know how good this is gonna turn out, but just tried the DIY detail waffle pads with my Flex Mini polisher because it's light, right? I can't lift anything 10. I shouldn't laugh. Anyway, I'm gonna show you the whole process. This is gonna be a boring arse video, but productive. Let's just get to it. So, as Ivan LaCroix would say, never polish with a dry pad. Many people do. I do many times, most of the time. What I did here is I put 1 ounce of Hydra in a bucket of water. And I'll show you guys, and bear with me, this is gonna be slow go, guys. I'm moving a little bit slow. But I thought, what the heck? Let's make the best of my time. And maybe your time. I don't know. Let's go ahead and do some playing around here. I'm going to show you guys everything that I do on this little process. Again, pardon my slow moving and garbage, but moving a little ginger, no big deal, but we're going to do it. Okay, pointing at the bucket. Doug, that's stupid. What are you doing? Well, look, there's a point to it. Trust me, trust me. Okay, let me get knelt down here and I'll show you guys. All right. So I use that waffle pad. It worked great, by the way. I like it a lot. I'm going to throw this in to soak for a minute. We're going to clean that pad up slightly, then spin it, and then I'll show you the cowl up here that I'm going to polish, and go from there. One little step at a time, one baby step at a time. So this says Hydra. It's a waterless or a rinseless wash in the bucket. It's a good solution to use, right? And just before you ask, everybody's going to ask, well, using DIY, shouldn't I use DIY waterless or rinseless? Hey, yes, trust it. I trust it 100%, but use what you have. They're all made pretty similar. I'm not going to say they're the same because I'm not Ivan LaCroix. That guy knows his chemicals. So if he recommends that one, by all means use it, but I have Hydra, so I'm going to use that. I have ONR and I have Absolute. My favorite out of those three at the moment. ONR still gets a big nod for me. I love that. But Hydra's made a strong impression on me lately. I've been using that a lot. Anyway, spin your pad, get the water out. Perfect. All right, guys, give me a second here. Watch out, Mamina. My little rock star cat. All right, guys. Okay, so moving up here to the cowl. Still have to cut and buff this paint on this car. Been talking about it forever. Now would be the perfect time, but I'm not moving that great at the moment. Not moving that bad, but not moving that great. Let's take a look. You guys see all those scratches over there? I'm assuming you can. And then I've been doing some denibbing. Right here's the denibbing spot. What I do is I take sandpaper, like 2500 grit, put it in like 1-inch strips, put my finger on the nib with the sandpaper under it, put down pressure, and pull the sandpaper out. Probably not the best way to do it, but it is a trick. Mr. Horvath over at CSI told me. That guy's a maniac when it comes to paint and body and cut and buff, so I listened and it works. Anyway, I'm gonna let you have this angle from this side, guys. Bear with me again, we're slow moving here, but hey, I've got all day today, man. I'm off work for like another shit. Pardon that French there. That wasn't French. That was just foul. Pardon my French. That definitely wasn't French. That was just vulgar, mister. All right, let's go. So what I'm going to use is my favorite polish. Use the polish that you like. Again, there's tons of them out there. In my opinion, nothing can beat CSI. I don't care who you are, what you are. Challenges out there, nobody will take them up on it. So until I see it get beat on video, we'll use CSI waterborne polish. Ivan would know his chemistry. The technology behind this is in essence to keep the paint cooler. Ivan's all about coolness. That's why we're using waffle pads, right? So the water in here is to help keep that product cooler on the paint. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. There's research out there. Get a hold of CSI if you want to challenge it. It's not even important to me at this point. It is the polish that I'm using and I love it. Grab what you want. And yes, Ivan has a very valid point. when you're putting polish on your pad, everybody's drops are different sizes. I do like the fact that the DIY polish is a spray, one trigger pull, pretty close to the same amount. I would put money on it that it's not the same every time, but closer than this for sure. Anyway, let's go. I have no down pressure on this, just trying to guide the polisher at the moment. Like Ivan says, if you're getting a workout, you're working against your polisher and your polish. Let the machine do the work for you. And yes, sometimes I get off kilter and then you'll see that not oscillating. Boy, this thing to me gets off balance pretty easy. You barely move it and it stops oscillating. That's funny. That's why I'm grinning ear to ear up here, if you see that. Anyway, you get the gist of that. Let me bring in, see what happened there. So areas like that around the windshield where you have a curve in the body line, to me always gets me. I laugh because I struggle with that. You got to keep the pad moving, you got to keep the polisher moving back and forth, or just keep edging along inch by inch until you find that sweet spot where it'll spin. So that's why I was laughing. It gets me every time. But let's see so you see there's some paint here. So obviously my dad did a single stage on this, because the rest of this car, I've had no paint transfer onto the pad. So obviously that tells me this was touched up. This was not two-stepped right here. This isn't base coat, clear coat apparently. Ivan also recommends to wipe with a damp towel or damp panel, and bear with me, like I said, not moving around like I should freely and good, so I'm shortcutting it. I used rinseless or waterless wash up here just for some lubrication on the panel. All right, guys, look, that's not 100%, but you can certainly see, and you can see all these nibs. You see all the nibs? See all those little sparkles? Those are paint nibs. Definitely need to color sand. Anyway, I think that pad with that polish combination did the trick. See the scratching here? Move this way. You then don't have a lot of scratch. You have some deeper scratches. I see a few right here. So all that would mean is I'd have to go back 1 or 2 more times to get the deeper scratches out. But it did remove my nib mark, which was sanded with 2500 grit under my finger. Remember, right in here somewhere? I don't remember where that was, somewhere in here. But that nib mark is gone. There were 2 nib marks up here. Check out my Instagram, I have a picture of it. Those are gone. So Doug, what are you saying? Well, what I'm saying is that was fun. Polishing is a learning curve. This machine's relatively new to me, but the waffle pads are great. It did the trick. So what will I use on this coupe? I was planning on doing a 2-step. I was gonna use my rotary wool and then finish down with Tom's red pad. It's going to be like an experimental thing. I might color sand with 3000 and try a couple of these pads and see if I can one-step it. I'm not sure I can. I mean, I'm sure that'll cut it out, but probably two-step it, maybe three-step it. Try to put a finessing stage in there. This paint isn't pristine, but the more you polish, the glossier it should get. Anyway, I just thought I would do that today, just to tinker a little bit. The wife's been on me. Says, is that all you're gonna do, is sit around and watch TV? Yeah, pretty much. Healing up, babe, what do you want? So, had to get out and tinker. It's taking me forever, I'm moving slow, but we're getting her done. So today's combination was the CSI ceram-X, diydetail's waffle pad, and of course, the always amazing flex tool. That is an amazing tool. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Maybe I'll do a short on this too. I got to keep tinkering. Got a lot of day ahead of me. Feeling pretty good today. We will get her done.